Most people think cats are just tolerating them, honestly. But what if your cat isn't simply coexisting with you? What if they've decided deep in their little feline brain that you are their mother, not their owner, not their roommate who operates the can opener? Their actual, biological, emotional mother. Cats are far more emotionally complex than most people give them credit for. And the signs they send, the ones hiding in plain sight every single day, reveal a bond that goes much deeper than food and shelter. This video is going to change how you see your cat forever. Sign 13. They follow you from room to room. Your cat follows you everywhere like a shadow. You get up to make coffee and suddenly there are 4 paws padding behind you on the kitchen floor. You go to the bathroom and somehow, against all logic and personal privacy, a small furry face appears at the door. If this sounds familiar, you're not imagining it, and your cat is not just bored. In the wild, kittens follow their mothers everywhere during the early weeks of life. This isn't random behavior or feline clinginess. It is survival. A kitten that wanders away from its mother is a kitten in serious danger. So staying close to the one figure who represents warmth, food, and safety is hardwired deep into their nervous system from the very first days of life. Even fully grown cats never lose this deep maternal bonding instinct. Instead of directing it toward a feline mother who is long gone from their daily life, they transfer it entirely onto you. You become the safe base. You become the figure they instinctively orbit. A study on cat attachment behavior found that cats display what researchers call secure base effects with their owners, meaning they use their human as a reference point for safety in the same way that kittens use their mothers. That's not a small thing. That's the entire emotional architecture of early childhood being rebuilt around you. So the next time your cat follows you to the bathroom, and yes, they will always follow you to the bathroom, there is no escaping this. Try to see it for what it actually is. It isn't neediness. It isn't weirdness. It is one of the oldest and most sincere expressions of love in the feline world, and they are giving it to you every single day. Sign 12. They slow. Blink at you. Your cat stares at you with half-closed drowsy eyes. Then they blink, slowly, deliberately, like they have all the time in the world, and look away. You probably smiled the first time you noticed this, and you should have, because that moment was genuinely significant in ways most people completely miss. Cats do not make direct, prolonged eye contact with beings they are uncertain about. In feline communication, a hard, unblinking stare is actually a challenge or a threat. It signals tension. So when a cat looks at you and then softens their eyes into a long, lazy blink, they are doing the opposite of challenging you. They are standing down. They are lowering every wall they have. Animal behaviorists often call this the cat kiss. Research conducted in 2020 confirmed that cats respond positively to humans who slow blink back at them, and that this exchange actually increases affiliative behavior, meaning your cat becomes more likely to approach you and stay near you after you share this moment. That's remarkable when you think about it. Mother cats use slow, relaxed eye contact with their kittens to communicate safety. There is no threat here. You are protected. When your cat slow blinks at you from across the room, they are telling you the exact same thing their mother once told them. And if you slow blink back, you're telling them the same thing right back. Try it right now if your cat is nearby. The results will make you emotional. Fair warning. Sign 11. They need on you. Few things are more immediately comforting than watching your cat neigh. Those little paws pressing in and out, rhythmically, almost meditative. It's the kind of thing that could genuinely lower your blood pressure just to witness. But where does this behavior actually come from? And why are they doing it specifically on you? Kneading begins in the first hours of a kitten's life. Newborn kittens press their paws rhythmically against their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow while nursing. It is one of the very first physical interactions a kitten has with its mother, and it is wrapped entirely in feelings of warmth, nourishment, and absolute safety. This behavior is born in the most primal comfort a living creature can experience. Now, here is where it gets deeply meaningful. When an adult cat kneads on you, they are not doing it for any practical reason. There is no milk involved. You are a human person, not a cat. And this should be obvious to everyone in the room, including your cat. And yet they do it anyway, because the act itself is no longer about milk at all. It is about the emotional state that the motion produces in them. Kneading is how your cat's nervous system says, this is safety, this is warmth, this is the one I trust most in the world. Cats that knead frequently on their humans have typically formed the deepest maternal bonds. If your cat settles onto your lap, begins to purr, and then starts kneading like a tiny bread baker, congratulations. You have been officially adopted as their mother, and there was no paperwork required. Sign 10. They bring you gifts. Your cat has dropped something at your feet again. Maybe it was a toy mouse. Maybe it was an actual mouse. Maybe, and this is a very real possibility for outdoor cats, it was something so deeply unpleasant that you had to look away and count to 10 before dealing with it. Either way, your cat looked extremely proud of themselves, and there's a reason for that. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens. At first, they bring that prey because the kittens are too young to handle a live catch. Then, as kittens grow older, they begin bringing live prey so the kittens can practice their hunting skills. The entire progression is a maternal teaching system, a way of saying here, I caught this, I am providing for you, and I want you to learn. When your cat brings you a gift, they are not being random. They are not showing off, though they are definitely a little smug about it. They are sliding you directly into the role of the one they provide for, the one they feel responsible for, the way a mother feels responsible for her young. Some behaviorists believe that cats who bring gifts to their humans actually see their owner as slightly incompetent hunters who need help, which is both insulting and deeply endearing at the same time. So yes, you may have to deal with the occasional truly horrifying gift. But what's behind that gift is a cat who loves you in the most instinctive, fundamental way they know how. Try to focus on that part. Sign 9. They sleep on you or right beside you. Sleep is when every creature is most vulnerable, and cats know this better than most. In the wild, a sleeping cat is a cat that cannot defend itself, cannot run, cannot react. Choosing where to sleep is not a casual decision for a cat. It is one of the most safety-sensitive choices they make in any given day. So when your cat chooses to sleep on you, this is significant. Kittens sleep in piles with their litter mates and their mother during the earliest weeks of life. This isn't just about warmth, though body heat is certainly part of it. A cat's average body temperature runs around 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and sleeping together helps maintain it. More than warmth, though, sleeping together communicates safety in numbers and absolute trust in whoever is at the center of that pile. When your cat drapes themselves across your chest, curls behind your knees, or presses their back against your side in the night, they are replicating the feeling of that original pile. You are the center. You are the warmth and the safety that the mother once represented. Research from Oregon State University found that cats with secure human attachments show genuine distress when separated from their owners and relief upon their return. Behavior that mirrors infant-mother attachment in humans almost exactly. Different sleeping positions carry different meanings too. A cat sleeping on your chest is about as close and trusting as it gets. They can hear your heartbeat, feel your breathing, and are completely relaxed in a fully vulnerable position. Wherever your cat chooses, know that you earn that spot. Sign 8. They show you their belly. The belly display is one of the most misunderstood signals in all of cat behavior, and it causes a truly impressive amount of confusion and accidental scratches for well-meaning cat parents every single year. Let's clear this up once and for all. When a cat rolls over and exposes their belly, they are not, in most cases, asking for a belly rub. The belly is the most physically vulnerable part of a cat's body. It houses all the vital organs, and in a survival context, exposing it is an enormous risk. A cat does not show their belly to something they find threatening, uncertain, or even merely neutral. They show it only when they feel completely, utterly, profoundly safe. Kittens expose their bellies freely to their mothers because their mother is the original source of all safety in their world. There is no threat calculation happening. The mother is safety itself. When your adult cat rolls over and gives you the full belly display, they are placing you in that same emotional category. You are not a threat to be calculated. You are the source. You are safe. Now, this still does not necessarily mean they want you to touch the belly. Let's be very clear about that. The belly display is an expression of trust and emotional safety, not necessarily a tactile invitation. Read their body language carefully. Some cats mean it both ways. Others are simply telling you, I trust you with my whole soft, vulnerable self from a respectful distance. Honor whichever version your cat is offering. Sign 7. They chirp and trill at you specifically. Your cat makes a sound that is not quite a meow, not quite a purr, and not quite anything you've ever heard another animal make. It's somewhere between a chirp and a little warbling trill, and they seem to make it specifically when they're greeting you or leading you somewhere. If you've heard this sound, you already know it's different. And it absolutely is. Trilling is a vocalization that mother cats use specifically with their kittens. It's a contact call, a sound that says, I'm here, follow me, come this way. Mother cats trill to direct their kittens, to call them close, to keep them moving together as a group. It is fundamentally a sound of maternal guidance and connection. Kittens learn to recognize it as one of the earliest sounds that means safety and direction. Adult cats that use trilling with their human companions are doing something quite specific. They are using a kitten-directed vocalization, one that is reserved for close family bonds, and they are pointing it at you. They are treating you the way their mother treated them. This is not a sound cats use with other cats they are indifferent to or mildly tolerant of. This is family language. This is maternal language, now reversed and aimed in your direction. If your cat trills at you when they want you to follow them, pay attention to where they lead you. Sometimes they want food. Sometimes they want play. Sometimes, honestly, they just wanted to show you they exist and that you should acknowledge this. Cats are cats. But the trill itself, that's love. Sign 6. They headbutt and rub against you. Your cat walks directly into your face with their forehead. No warning, no preamble. Just a small, determined head pressing firmly against your nose or your chin, or sometimes memorably directly into your eyeball. This is called bunting. And while it may feel like your cat is simply using you as a piece of furniture to scratch an itch, it is actually something far more intentional. Cats have scent glands concentrated in their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When they rub these areas against an object or a person, they are depositing their scent, their personal chemical signature, onto that surface. In the feline world, scent is identity. Scent is ownership, in the most affectionate possible sense of that word. When your cat bunts against you, they are literally writing their name on you in a language only they can fully read. Mother cats rub against their kittens constantly in the early weeks of life. This scent mingling serves a crucial function. It creates a shared family scent that helps the group identify each other, stay cohesive, and feel connected. It is one of the primary ways a mother cat communicates to her kittens that they belong together. You are mine and I am yours. When your cat headbutts you and rubs their cheeks along your jaw, they are doing exactly this. They are blending their scent with yours. They are making you part of the family scent profile. They are saying, in the oldest feline language available to them, you belong to me and I belong to you, which is honestly one of the sweetest things any creature can communicate. Sign 5. They groom you. Your cat has started licking your hand, your arm, or your hair. Maybe your eyebrow if your cat is particularly ambitious about the whole thing. You might have laughed it off as strange or slightly abrasive. Cat tongues are not exactly gentle. But this behavior is one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do for you. Allogrooming, which is the technical term for one animal grooming another, is a behavior that serves multiple functions in social species. In cats, it is most commonly observed between individuals who share the strongest bonds. Mothers and kittens, closely bonded littermates, or mated pairs. It is not something cats do casually, or with cats they are merely tolerating. Grooming is reserved for the inner circle. Mother cats groom their kittens constantly in the early weeks of life, far beyond simple hygiene. The grooming stimulates circulation, reinforces bonding, and communicates a profound physical form of care that requires the groomer to be completely comfortable and trusting with the recipient. A cat does not lick something they feel uncertain about. The act requires closeness, stillness, and vulnerability on both sides. When your cat grooms you, they are extending full family membership. They are including you in the same intimate caregiving behavior that their earliest understanding of love was built upon. Yes, it is a little scratchy. Yes, your hair may end up at a strange angle. None of that matters because your cat has decided you are worth grooming. And in their world, that is about as high a compliment as it is possible to receive. Sign 4. They come to you. When scared or sick, cats are masters at hiding vulnerability. This is not a personality choice. It is survival programming that goes back thousands of years. In the wild, a visibly sick or frightened cat is an easy target. So cats have evolved to conceal weakness with extraordinary discipline. They will hide discomfort, mask pain, and disappear into quiet corners rather than advertise that something is wrong. This makes it all the more significant when a cat breaks that pattern and comes to you. When your cat, feeling frightened by a thunderstorm or a strange noise, seeks you out rather than hiding under the bed, that is deliberate override of a very deep instinct. They are choosing vulnerability with you specifically because their nervous system has categorized you as safe enough to be seen in a weakened state. Think about what this means in the context of maternal bonding. The one being a kitten runs to when something is frightening or wrong is always the mother. The mother is the original safe harbor. She is the one who makes the scary thing smaller by simply being present. When your adult cat runs to you during a thunderstorm and presses against your leg or climbs into your lap, they are not being dramatic. They are following the oldest emotional map they have, and that map leads to you. If your cat also shows you when they're not feeling well, if they seek your presence when they are lethargic or uncomfortable rather than hiding from you, take that seriously on 2 levels. First, schedule a vet visit because something may need attention. Second, understand that your cat has given you an extraordinary level of trust. Not every cat does this. Yours does. That means something. Sign 3. They meow. Only at you. Here is a fact that tends to genuinely surprise people when they first hear it. Adult cats do not meow at other cats. Not typically. Not as a form of communication between equals. The meow as we know it, that insistent, expressive, sometimes absolutely relentless vocalization, is a behavior that cats have developed almost exclusively as a way to communicate with humans. It is, in the most literal sense, a language they invented for us. Researchers studying feline communication have found that cats develop individual meow styles that are tailored to their specific human companions. Your cat's meow is not the same as your neighbor's cat's meow. It has been refined over time through interactions with you, shaped by what got responses and what didn't, calibrated to your particular hearing and attention patterns. Your cat basically developed a custom language to talk to you specifically. Take a moment with that. Mother cats do use vocalizations with their kittens, chirps, trills, and soft sounds that are distinct from the adult meow. But the elaborated meowing behavior that most domestic cats develop, that emerges from the relationship with humans. When your cat meows at you with that full range of tones and volumes and urgency levels, they are using a communication system they built around you. You are the intended audience. You are the one they developed a vocabulary for. A cat who saves their most expressive vocalizations for you specifically, who reserves their conversational meows for your presence and goes quiet around strangers, is a cat who has made you their primary relationship, their mother relationship, their person. Sign 2. They mirror your moods. You've had a hard day and you're sitting quietly on the couch. Your cat, who was asleep in another room entirely, somehow appears beside you within minutes. Not asking for food, not being disruptive, just there. Or maybe you notice that when your household is tense or anxious, your cat becomes more restless and watchful too. This is not coincidence, and it is not magic, though it is honestly a little bit of both. Cats are far more emotionally perceptive than their reputation suggests. A study published in 2019 found that cats show what researchers call social referencing, the behavior of looking to a trusted individual to read how to respond to an uncertain situation. Kittens do this constantly with their mothers. Before reacting to a new object or a strange noise, a kitten looks to its mother first. If the mother is calm, the kitten is calm. If the mother is alarmed, the kitten responds accordingly. Your cat does this with you. You are the emotional reference point. When you are calm and settled, your cat takes that as a signal that the environment is safe and they can relax. When you are stressed or upset, your cat registers the change in your body language, your scent, your vocal tone, and your movement patterns. Because cats read all of these simultaneously, and they shift in response. The cat who comes to sit near you on a difficult day is not doing it randomly. They sensed the shift in your emotional state and responded to it the way a kitten responds to its mother, by getting closer, by choosing proximity over distance, by deciding that this is where they need to be. You are their emotional North Star, and they navigate by you. Sign 1. They seek your eyes before reacting to anything. This is the sign that most people never notice, which is exactly why it is the most important one on this entire list. Your cat encounters something new, a strange sound, an unfamiliar object, a visitor at the door. And before they react, before they run or investigate or puff up to twice their size, they glance at you. Just a quick look, a fraction of a second. And then they decide what to do. That glance is everything. That is social referencing in its purest form. The same behavior that human infants display with their mothers in research settings. The same behavior that has been documented in dogs with their human companions for decades, and the same behavior that a 2019 study confirmed in cats as well. Before trusting their own assessment, they check yours. This is the deepest possible expression of the maternal bond. It means you are not just someone they live with. You are not just the food provider or the warm sleeping surface. You are the one whose judgment they trust more than their own instincts in uncertain moments. You are the filter through which they interpret the world. That is what a mother is to a kitten. Not just a source of warmth or nutrition, but the original authority on what is safe and what is not. Watch for this today. Sit somewhere new with your cat and make a small sound, or introduce an unfamiliar object nearby. Watch their eyes in the first 2 seconds. If they look at you before they react, if you are the first thing they check, then you are not just their owner. You are not just their favorite human. You are their mother in every way that matters to a cat, which is to say, in every way that matters at all. Cats are not cold or indifferent. They just love differently than we expect. They love in glances and trills and small warm bodies pressed against yours in the night. They love in gifts left at your feet and foreheads pushed against your chin, and that particular meow they invented specifically for you. If even a handful of these signs showed up in your day-to-day life with your cat, you already know what that means. They chose you, not as a convenience or a caretaker, but as something irreplaceable. And honestly, that's the greatest thing any cat can give.